All right, let's talk about SAT story problems. You know the ones, right? For most people, just hearing those words is enough to cause a mini panic. They look so confusing, so complicated, like they're designed just to eat up your time. But what if I told you they're actually some of the easiest points you can grab on the entire math test? Well, today we're cracking the code on these things, turning them from a headache into your secret weapon for a way better score. And look, that's really the bottom line here. This isn't just about how well you can do math. It's a tactical game. Every single story problem is a chance to bank some totally free points if you know the strategy, or it's a massive headache if you don't. Today, we're choosing free points. So, why do these problems feel so impossible sometimes? It's because the SAT isn't just asking you to crunch numbers. Nope. It's testing your logic. It's testing your ability to look at a story and see the simple math hiding inside. And the best part? That's not some genius level talent. It's a skill. And it's a skill you can absolutely master. Okay, so if this is a challenge we can actually beat, what's the big secret? How do you look at one of those confusing paragraphs and consistently pull out the right answer? Well, it all starts with one simple but really powerful shift in how you think about them. This is it. Seriously, this is the entire secret. Every single story problem, I don't care if it's about taxi fares or rockets or mixing chemicals, it's just a basic math problem wearing a real-world costume. Your job is not to get lost in the story. Your job is to see the math that's hiding underneath the disguise. And to do that, you got to get really good at one thing: translation. You need to become fluent in taking the English words from the problem and converting them into the language of math. Equations. Let's break down how that actually works. Let's look at a classic SAT sentence, something you've probably seen a million times. It seems straightforward, but everything we need is right in there. We've got a fixed cost, that's the base fee, and a cost that changes, the per mile part. Our job is to turn this sentence into a mathematical model. First things first, we need to figure out the unknowns and give them labels. What are the two things that can change in this scenario? Well, the total cost, which we can just call C, and the number of miles you travel, which we'll call M. Defining your variables is always step one. Okay, now we just put the pieces together. The total cost C is equal to $2 for every mile M plus that flat one-time $3 fee. And just like that, the word problem is gone. What we have left is a clean, simple equation. C equals 2m plus 3. We can solve that all day long. Okay, but let's be real. Not every problem is going to be about a taxi, right? The SAT likes to use a few different types of math models. Knowing which tool to pull out of your toolkit for which problem, well, that's absolutely essential. So let's look at the most common ones you're going to see. Think of this as your secret decoder ring for story problems. You see words like constant rate, per, or each. Boom. Your brain should immediately think linear equation y equals mx plus b. Does the problem talk about two different things, like kids and adults at a movie, with a total cost? That's a huge clue for a system of equations. Words like area, or finding the maximum height of a ball. That's your signal for a quadratic. And anything with speed, distance, or time, well, that's a rates problem. Spotting these keywords is literally half the battle. All right, so you've got the mindset, you've got the toolkit, now you just need a game plan. A step-by-step process that you can use every single time, especially when you're under pressure, to stop yourself from panicking and making silly mistakes. This is it, 4 steps, every single time. First, you read the question and figure out exactly what they're asking for. Then you define your variables. Second, you translate those words into math, just like we did with the taxi. Third, you solve the equation you just built. And finally, and seriously, do not skip this step, check your work. Does my answer even make sense? Did I solve for X when they actually wanted Y? This little process is your safety net. Now, following that game plan is gonna get you to the right answer. But if you want to get a great score, you also have to know the common traps that SAT loves to set. They are experts at catching students who are just moving a little too fast. And these are the absolute classic mistakes. A problem might give you a speed in miles per hour, but ask how far something went in 15 minutes.